What's going on, people? Charlie here. Welcome to Chelsea Fan TV. And it's just finished Real Madrid 2, Chelsea 0. And another predictable L for Chelsea. No real surprises there at all. I guess the biggest surprise was that we didn't lose by more goals, if we're being perfectly honest with ourselves. Other than the first 10 minutes, that performance was absolutely awful. We were very, very lucky to only be 2 goals down, but the tie's over. There's no chance we're scoring 3 without reply at Stamford Bridge. Absolutely no chance. So, yeah, the tie's done. Season's over. End the season now. There's no point us turning up for any more games. There really isn't. I mean, tonight was just. What was that? Seriously, what was that? All that showed me was that we are not good enough to play at this level. As simple as that. And the worst thing is that Real Madrid aren't even that good. They weren't even that good. They barely got out of second gear. They barely got out of second gear at all. They didn't have to do much. They just capitalised on some really poor defensive play from us to get both of their goals, and we offered absolutely nothing, like we always do. We started the game really well. First 10 minutes was probably the best 10 minutes of football we've seen in a long time, having a couple of really good chances, one through Joao Felix, where, all right, he gets a shot on target, he makes the keeper make a save, but, someone more clinical and someone ruthless, they put that away, and that's the big difference. Someone like Karim Benzema probably scores that, but with Felix, he's not clinical, he's got no end product, and that's kind of where we're at. But nothing particularly worked tonight at all. The 3-5-2, we might as well have been playing with 9 men. Other than the first 10 minutes, Felix and Sterling, absolute statues. Not running forward, not running beyond the ball, just standing still, not showing for the ball. Not doing anything, offering absolutely nothing. I mean, what was that tonight from those two? It was awful. Absolutely awful from Felix and Sterling. They weren't the only ones either. Kovacic was fucking awful as well. He was dog shit. The only players that can come away with any semblance of credit are not Kepa, sorry, Jesus Christ, what was I about to say then? Are Thiago Silva, Kante, and Fofana as well. I thought was pretty good also. Other than that, no one at all. Actually, Koulibaly did okay until he pulled his hamstring doing that defending against Rodrigo. So other than that, everyone was just awful. And the biggest concern for me is, like, one, we are not good enough to play at this level, and the manager is not good enough for this level. Nowhere near good enough for this level. We all love Frank Lampard, legend for what he's done at the club. He is not a good manager. He is absolutely clueless when it comes to tactics, patterns of play, stylistic approach. He's got no idea. Like at the end of the game, he's chucking Mount and Gallagher on to go 4 at the back, and we're running up the pitch when we're 2-0 down. And why are you doing that? There's a second leg to come. Let's just fucking sit, take the 2-0 L, and then move into next week. Let's not try and make it worse for ourselves. The game management was awful today, absolutely awful. I don't think the substitutions were particularly good from Frank either. And all this goes to show to me is that, yes, Graham Potter had to go. Potter wasn't the biggest problem here at all. Like many people had you believe, everyone thought, oh, get rid of Potter, everything's going to be fine. No, it's not. This group is just awful, absolutely awful. There's no desire. No one was up for it. Champions League quarter-final, first leg in the Bernabeu, away at Real Madrid. No one's up for it. No one, bar a couple of players, is up for it. That is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful that no one seems up for it in a tie of this magnitude, in a game of this magnitude. You shouldn't need motivating for this. It's the European champions, Champions League quarter-final, first leg, away from home, one of the best stadiums in world football. You shouldn't need motivating, yet the vast majority of us just looked flat and offered nothing. I mean, the perfect example, first off, the balance is all wrong, so flat. Chilwell wasn't getting forward at all, staying back. James wasn't covering Fofana, who's looked really exposed in that first half. Everyone was just all over the place, and it didn't really get any better. The amount of times we got the ball and then just gave it away instantly, invited pressure onto ourselves, and then there's no output. All we're doing was booting the ball long. Felix and Sterling were just standing there, and then it would come straight back. It was just wave after wave after wave. And yeah, I just don't know what to say, because this is, as I said after Wolves, this is the worst Chelsea team I have ever had the displeasure of watching. They are so bad, so bad. That's the 4th game in a row now we haven't scored a goal. Can't even remember what it's like to score a goal. Well, I don't think we've scored a goal since our 3-1 win at Leicester, whenever that was, about a month or so ago now. So yeah, we can't score goals. We get overrun in midfield very easily. Defensively, we've got mistakes in us. Goalkeeper should be doing better. I know it's and let's talk about that actually. Big moments, big game players step up, and players of the highest quality. Benzema at one end, he's there, he's alert, put the ball in the net. Courtois at the other end makes those saves. If Courtois is in our goal, then that first goal for me, that doesn't happen. Simple as that. And Kepa's a good goalkeeper and he's done well for us. He's not good enough for this level. The real top level, Kepa, not good enough. Simple as that. Second one, should do better, really. It's not all his fault. It comes very quickly at him through defenders' legs. The more criminal thing is the fact that who the fuck's picking up Asensio on the edge of the box? It's a corner. It's a free man on the edge of the box. No one's picking him up. No one's running out with urgency to try and block the shot. It's like, go on, mate. You just have a free shot, stick it in the back of the net, and go 2-0 up. I mean, what are we doing? Seriously, we were supposed to, like, one of the positives, of very small positives this season, the fact we're actually good defensively. And yet tonight was shambolic. I mean, if it wasn't for Thiago Silva, fuck knows how many goals we would have considered tonight. He actually held it together and was superb. Another one like Kante, who can be out for a period of time and then just come straight back in, perform at a top level. But the problem is we haven't got good enough players. Simple as that. And it might sound weird me saying that, having spent so much money. The players are not good enough at this point in time. Not good enough. Absolutely as simple as that. He summed up the Chilwell red cards. Yes, absolute stupidity from Chilwell. The first red card of his career. He's out of the second leg now. We're going to play a back three in the second leg. We're pretty fucked in that scenario because Chile is our outlet down the left. But look, Chilwell, inexcusable for what he did there, making that foul. But it comes from Cucurella getting sucked in and losing his man as well. Just basics of the game. The basics, just not aware defensively, not positionally aware. All these things are not good enough. And I don't see how this gets any better anytime soon. As I've said, Lampard is not a good coach. He's a familiar face. He's a club legend. He's someone that knows the club inside out. That's all he is. He's got no idea. Let's be real. He's got absolutely no idea. And I don't know how we're going to turn it around. I don't know how we're going to get any better. But there's a distinct possibility that we may not win another match for the rest of the season. And I know that sounds very reactionary and very alarmist, but on the evidence we've seen so far, I don't see where any improvements are being made. I don't see where any goals are coming from. I don't see where we're picking up any points unless we get a 0-0 draw against teams, because we just aren't good enough. We're not good enough for this level. We're not good enough for the top half of the Premier League at the moment. It was just another really disappointing night. I didn't expect anything tonight, but the bare minimum you have to have: turn up, show passion, show desire. And the vast majority of them didn't show that. And the manager, unfortunately, is just not up to it at this level either. So, yeah, we go to the second leg. We go to Brighton Saturday. Let's see what happens. But, yeah, same old, same old. And this season cannot end quick enough. One of the worst I've had this experience of witnessing as a Chelsea fan. But, yeah, guys, take care. Up the Chelsea.